everybody, welcome back. Today I will be discussing the curriculum I bought for my kiddos for the 2024 to 2025 school year, and I am excited to share with you all what I got. Let me just flip the camera around and I will talk to you about everything. I decided last year to switch to master books. I think I mentioned that in last year's video. We had been doing My Father's World, which is great curriculum. Nothing at all against My Father's World. It's just I had been through it once with my oldest two kids, and then my other kids did the family cycle. So we'd already been through it twice. I didn't feel like doing it again. Like I said, it's absolutely great. I just think some of my younger kiddos were getting tired of doing the read alouds, so that was part of it. I feel like for how many kids I'm teaching right now that master books is just a little bit easier for a family. Like it's not as time consuming, there's less read alouds, but there's still plenty of information. They're still getting a well-rounded education with everything that I got. So without further ado, here is what we will be doing this year. So my 9th grader will be doing language lessons for a living education. Actually, all my kids are doing this series. I don't know why I just tapped my nails on there, but all my kids are doing this series. These books specifically, not all of master books workbooks have this, but some of them, the worksheets are reproducible, and this is one of those series where you can reproduce them, but only for home use for your immediate family. So that is the thing, is you have to make sure you're following the rules. So, but with this, honestly, I don't like reproducing the worksheets, because I'll show you why. It's just easier for me personally. I think it's better just because all this space in here for kids to write, I feel like it's better just for them to have their own workbook that they can actually write in. It just is easier. One thing I really like about all of master books, whether the teacher's manual or workbook like this, is it has a good schedule in there. But not only the good schedule, let's see if I can find it, but it has this right in the front of, like, well, not in the front, but like a few pages in every book. It has what needs to be done each day. It has a spot for a due date, a spot to check it off once it's done, as well as a place for writing the grade for each thing. So with the ones that where it comes in the teacher's manual, I usually print that and put it in the kids' binders so that I can check it off and write the grade in there. It just makes it easier. But this, yeah, is in the book. They use this book. I don't reproduce the pages on this, even though I can. I did, however, with my first graders this year, there's two of them. They're Irish twins, so I just have them doing the same grade. It's just easier, and they're kind of both at the same level anyway because they're like best buds. So, and they're summer birthdays, so it kind of can go either way. But for their first grade year, I'll do a full curriculum review of what we use this year, hopefully in the next few weeks. We're wrapping up our school year. I wanted to do that at the end of the year. But yeah, so I did photocopy their first grade one because it was only like one semester instead of both semesters, and there weren't that many pages for them to write on. So I figured, hey, I'm just gonna photocopy that. I'll resell the book once we're done with it because those two are my youngest kids. So I'll just find someone who wants it and sell it to them. But yeah, so because they had like a phonics program for the first semester, and then it was a language arts, which is still a bit of phonics, but with a little bit of writing mechanics in it for the second half a year. So yeah, so this is what we're using. This 9th grade one actually comes with Pilgrim's Progress, which I love. If you haven't read Pilgrim's Progress, I think any Christian should read the book at some point in their life. This one is actually a journal, which is really cool, I think, because it's got little spaces. Let me see if I can find it. Little spaces on the side right here to journal as you read. However, my 9th grader is one of those who I think has a little bit of a reading disability. Actually, I know he has a little bit of a reading disability. So I'm not sure how much use he's going to get out of the journaling side of this, but I'm going to try to get him to read through it because this is a very good Christian classic that I think, like I said, everyone should read. So like I said, all of my kids will be doing language lessons for a living education. The only one I don't have yet is my 10th graders because that one hasn't been released yet. It's supposed to come out this summer. So I'm just keeping an eye on it to see when it's released. It's probably just in print right now. It's probably printing right now. So I'll order that later this summer. And yeah, there's that. Oh, 5th grade living language lessons for a living education comes with, I actually had a 5th grader this year and I forgot to buy this book. So my 5th grader this time will be doing God's story with their workbook. But a lot of the other books do have a book that goes with it. I just didn't buy it, but that's okay. They're still getting a lot of things out of it. They're just not getting like the full Bible lesson, but we do like a Bible lesson anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. So that's language arts. I have 2 2nd graders, a 4th grader, a 5th grader, a 6th grader, a 7th grader, and a 9th grader, and then I'll have a 10th grader as well, and he'll be doing that once the book is ready. So that's our language arts. Then for history, geography, social studies, whatever category you want to put it in, we will be doing elementary geography and cultures, and this time it's world cultures. We did United States geography this past year, so I was like, it makes sense just to do the world one next year. So this is what we will be doing. I recommend it for, well, it's actually recommended for 4th through 6th grade, which I think is fair because anything below 4th grade, it might be a little overwhelming, a little bit, because it is a lot of information. There's worksheets that might be a little too complex for younger elementary. So again, this is the teacher's manual. So it does have the handy dandy schedule in there. See, I like curriculum personally that has a schedule already figured out for me because I am not organized enough to like just pull books from everywhere and figure it out and write my own curriculum. So I'm very grateful for companies that have that. So yeah, so this is World Geography and Cultures. I'm really excited about this one because we really did enjoy the first book in this geography series for elementary school. It comes with Passport to the World. We had Passport to the USA last year, and it was a fun book. I think it was actually one of my kids' favorite books. And it has like the information about the country, where it's located, what its flag looks like. And in the US one, it has each state's flag and then like how it, like what the symbolism behind the flag is. And it usually has like a welcome thing, some information. There's usually like a special food too. So this looks like it's apricots. But yeah, so very, very cool. My kids love the like photos and stuff. And then it also comes with, which we did the USA one of this one, Children's Atlas of the USA was what we had last year, but well, this year that we're still wrapping up. But this is for next year. It's Children's Atlas of God's World, which is probably very similar to the one we did. Oh, I automatically opened up to the United States. I want to do a different one. Okay, so Mexico, it shows where it is, again, on the map. And it's got a lot of information on it. What I like too about this book is it talks about like, you know, a landmark or something. And then it shows you on the map where each of those things are. So it's very cool. My kids also like the illustrations a lot in this one. I think they like the passport one a little more, but this one also a super great resource. So there's that. This past year we did paleontology for my kids for science. I let them pick. Most of the kids voted for paleontology this past year, but this year we decided to do elementary zoology. My kids are very excited about learning about animals this year, learning more about animals, and maybe even learning about some animals they've never even heard of. So we have, again, the handy dandy schedule in the front. Honestly, I don't even print this one because it's for the elementary kids. So I do keep track of their grades a little bit. I keep records, so, because I have to. So I keep records, but I don't actually print this out. I do keep like their worksheets and their grades on their worksheets. And then I use this just to see where I'm at each day. I don't actually mark it off. I just like refer to it. It's a good reference point. But yeah, super good. They got like a dot to dot. There's a word search, things like that. Coloring pages, mazes, things kids like. Super good. And then it comes with a bunch of books, as you can tell by the cover. So the first book it comes with is God's Amazing Creatures and Me. And it's devotions for boys and girls ages 6 to 10, which I have kids older than 10 that are using it, but I'm sure it'll probably still be really good. So it talks about like, watch that tongue in the Bible. How about you? And it probably talks about an animal that could pertain to. In this case, it looks like a cobra, right? Maybe. I don't know my snakes. I don't really like snakes. But yeah, and it has a memory verse, which is super, super cool. So that's the first book it comes with. And then it also comes with God's Big Book of Animals. This is thick and heavy. So, and it's big too. Like, look at that. What? But yeah, so this one, very colorful pictures with lots of information on each animal. I think my kids are really going to like this one because of like, just look at these photos. They're awesome. So yeah, looks like a very, very, very good book. So I think my kids will really enjoy that one because of, you know, the photos, and it's just got like information with the photos. So yeah, photos just really, really help a lot, especially for kids that are more visual learners. So yeah, and then this one, how many animals were on the ark? It's understanding the animal kinds, which is awesome because, you know, every animal is broken down into a kind. We do classify animals. So yeah, so it talks about did all the animals really come from a single animal long ago? And then it shows you what a standard poodle and a Labrador look like, and then you get a Labradoodle from that. So just things like that. I think it's very, very cool. Because, yeah, I like having a biblical perspective on our world. So then another book it comes with is a complete aquarium adventure. It's a field trip in a book. So I don't think we have an aquarium super close to us, so we probably won't make it to an aquarium. But we do have a zoo, so maybe we'll make it to the zoo sometime this year as a field trip. But this one, what I thought was cool when I briefly looked at this one yesterday was that it has like little tab breakdowns. So it has before the aquarium, at the aquarium, birds, fish, invertebrates, mammals, reptiles, after the aquarium, and then it has an appendix as well. It has like a devotional 4, so devotionals in there. And then it has at the aquarium lots of good pictures, lots of information, lots and lots of information. So super, super cool. And then it has a prayer at the end, probably I'm guessing at the end of each section, maybe not, it just is right there because I just looked at the birds one. There isn't one after the birds, but there is at the aquarium section. So another one is the Complete Zoo Adventure, which is also a field trip in a book. Very similar to the other one. Ooh. Oh, hey, I think there's like some stuff in the back that I wasn't even noticing. I don't know what's in here. It looks like it wants to fall out, which kind of makes me nervous. Because I don't want it to fall out and then like I have to pick everything up. So, yeah. So this has little like fact sheets in the back. The other one had something back there too, which I just didn't open it up because I don't know why. But yeah, it's got little fact sheets. It's got little photos with information on the back. Super, super cool. And then it's got field trip journal where you can do the animal name. It looks like it might be, oh, it's not mixed up. I don't know why it has like the BMRA thing on there. So yeah, this is kind of a mess in here. It's not, and it says name and field assignment. I don't know what that's for. I suppose I will find out once we get to that. So that's kind of cool. Oopsie. Ugh. But yeah, and then it has like a little ad for the Ark Encounter, which is super cool. I haven't been there. It's a little too far away for us. But yeah, so it's got like, what are their special features? And again, it has the tabs with the after the zoo. And then it has amphibians, reptiles, hooved animals, paws and claws, birds, and then the at the zoo tab. So that's our science for most of my elementary kids. My second graders are doing something different. So yeah. But my 10th grader, he has other subjects, but this is the only thing that I didn't already have that I bought for him. He's a very mechanical engineering type guy. He's always fixing things. If something's broken, he'll like look up a YouTube video and figure it out. Like our car, like the blinker on the left turn signal was like all of a sudden just started blinking really crazy. And then my husband realized, well, the taillight's not working. And then I'm like, have you checked the front? He's like, no. So we thought maybe it was like a computer issue. We weren't sure. But my son, he's like, you know what? I looked it up. It might just be a burnt out taillight, because sometimes like some cars have a thing where if the blinker is going crazy like that, it's to let you know there's a problem. Like, and it could be a simple fix like a burnt out light bulb, which it was. It cost like $4 to fix. We were like ready to take it into a mechanic. How silly would that have been? My son figured it out. He's a little genius. But anyway, yeah. So I got him applied engineering. I know it's different. It's not engineering, but since he's into like knowing how things work, I figured knowing God's design and how things function would be really awesome for him. And also, I mean, it's probably going to have some minor engineering projects just to, you know, because I mean, if you think about it, throughout history, people have seen something God created and then use that creation to create new things that mimic something already in creation. So this is what I got him, because I figured for science, he would love something like this. And he actually asked if he could do this. So, yeah. And it comes with a few books. It comes with Men of Science, Men of God. It's great scientists who believed in the Bible. So, I think he'll really enjoy that one. And then it also comes with Discovery of Design, searching out the creator's secrets. And there's some black and white photos in there, lots of information as well. And then this one is a Ray Comfort book. Hey, I didn't know that. I like Ray Comfort. It's good evangelist, if you haven't heard of him. Man's indiscernment stealing of God's amazing design. Indiscriminate stealing. Is that what I said? I don't know. Anyway, so this one, lots of photos talking about how, you know, people have taken stuff in God's design and made something out of it that was effective, right? Because, you know, who's a better engineer than anybody ever? That would be God. So, yeah. Now I'll show you what my second graders are going to be doing. Actually, before I do that, we did apologetics, elementary apologetics this last year, and my kids really enjoyed it, and I feel like it's really important to have, like, something that's, even though everything discusses God to some extent, I feel like it's really important to have, like, some sort of Bible lesson. So I got More Than Words. This is one that I can photocopy if I use it just in my household with my immediate family. So I'm going to have my elementary kids do this as well. Not my second graders, it's too advanced for them. But yeah, so I thought this would be a good book for them. It's a devotional. In the back it says, another step in the wonderful journey of faith that will help older children develop a deeper relationship with God. Each 4-day section of this year-long study is integrated with More Than Words missions, providing a chance for students to put into practice what they are learning about God's Word each day. The Living Faith Bible Curriculum Series is designed like a journal to help students document their lives with Christ and learn more about who God is and who they are in God. And it's divided into 4 units: Who is God? Who am I to God? Walking the Walk, and the Great Relationship. So it's for 4th through 6th graders, and I think I'll probably have my 7th grader do it, as well as my 9th grader, because I think they all could benefit from this. Even if it's too simple for some of them, they all could benefit from it. So really excited about that one. Okay, now my second graders, you already saw this. I did actually get them their own workbooks this year. Last year, like I said, I didn't, because the first grade was only 1 semester and it was not that many worksheets. So I felt like it was a lot of reading new words and just like a few worksheets each week. It wasn't too bad. So I figured this year I'll get them their own book because there's more work this time. Then what we usually do second is lessons for living education, math. So again, this has like the schedule. It has different subjects, different areas of math each week. So good book. We've been using it. The only reason I didn't show math for my other kids is we use teaching textbooks. It's on the computer because we still have the discs, but all their stuff is available on an app, so you can take it on the go. So like if you're on vacation but don't want to like get your kids way behind on math, you can just take tablets with you and they can still do math. But the reason my second graders are doing this is teaching textbooks starts at 3rd grade. So they have to have something until they get to 3rd grade. So this is what we've been using. I started using these workbooks before I even started using master books for the majority of our curriculum. So I decided to change it up with science this year. There is a science, like if you buy the curriculum bundle that comes with each grade, but this one I wanted to try something different because I'm trying to remember the name. I think it's like God's, I don't know. It's I could probably look it up real quick because I don't want to like say the wrong name because it's really good. I just felt like trying something different because sometimes you just gotta mix it up. And this was what I wanted to do. Because the nice thing about the Masterbooks website is that you can look at some sample pages of each book. So, hang on, I'm almost into the 2nd grade thing. So it's actually called Let's Talk Science is what comes in the curriculum bundle. As far as I know, I think you might be able to, yeah, the basic bundle just has Let's Talk Science in it, which my kids like. It's good. But I wanted to like mix it up just to see if they like this more, which one works better for us. So it's good to change things up now and then to like figure out, you know, what works best for each kid. So this one is God's Design for Life, and it's plants for beginners, the human body for beginners, and animals for beginners. So this one has the schedule in it. They each have their own workbook on this one because I don't think it has permissions to reproduce. Oh, it does. You can reproduce the worksheets, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let them actually have their own workbook because it's nice. So it's got like a little, you know, because second graders usually still need to work on their handwriting quite a bit. Living things where they're supposed to trace it. And then it says scripture trace. And it's got, you know, scripture trace, photos, coloring pages, color the plants green, animals orange, what day was it created, stuff like that. They like, it looked like a good book. It looked somewhat similar to what we were using, but like also very different. Because I mean, the one we were using did have some coloring stuff. It did have some tracing the words that you learn. Like this week we were going over the 5 senses, so they had to like write see, hear. They had to trace over all those words. So very similar in that sense anyway, but also different. And then for I guess you could call it social studies or history. It's more social studies because I don't think it really gives you like a ton of history. It just gives you like an overview of things. But they're using My Story, My Country and My World 2. And I like this. We've been using this since they were in kindergarten. I think they had it for kindergarten because I feel like we've done this like 2 years already. And this will be our 3rd year doing it. But what I like about it is, of course, it has a schedule. What I really like about this schedule is each quarter is a different color. So you know what quarter you're on, which is kind of cool. I like color coding. I'm a nerd, I guess. But anyways, so it usually has the map of the areas you're going to be going over. And then it has like, you know, a story for the first day, like just information. And then like well, this one has Hawaiian words. Then it has talk time, thankful time. And then, let's see. And then a photo. This one shows an aerial shot. Then, oh, word search. My kid, my 6 and 7-year-old, they're almost 7 and 8. They have actually really enjoyed doing word searches. I was surprised. I wasn't sure if they would really enjoy that. And then they usually have like a, do you know what your state capital is or whatever. Then there's usually a practice the words. Again, second graders definitely still need to work on penmanship. Even my older kids are working on penmanship. I have another curriculum for that. Once that comes, I will share it with you. But yeah, so, and then the last day of each week has a journal time with different questions to get them thinking. But at the beginning of each journey is what they call it, which is on the front side of the map. So there's the map that I showed, but on the front side is a quest collector. So it's like going on a quest each quarter, and you're supposed to like figure out the answers to each of these because the answers are in those 9 weeks of study. So yeah, it's just to get you to pay attention. Also, they have to pay attention to try to answer those questions each quarter. You just like rip that page out, set it aside, and then look at the questions and be like, oh, I think we went over that this week and I know the answer. So it's helpful. But yeah, so they've really enjoyed it. I think there's like a little certificate after each quest too. Let me see. Week 9 would be the end of the quest. Maybe not. Okay, because they used to, like, some of them might be at the back of the book. But I know, like, the previous ones, there's, like, maybe it was only for kindergarten, but there was, like, a little certificate. You finished the first quest. So it was kind of like a little reward system for them. But that is everything I have now. Like I said, I still need to order the language lessons for living education for my 10th grader. It just is still in print. It's supposed to be released. Well, I don't know if it's in print. I'm assuming it is if it's getting released this summer. So that needs to get ordered. And then I ordered spelling and handwriting for all my kids because I try to, get them to get more control with their handwriting, even my big kids. So yeah, so that still has come, and I'll share what I use for that because it's not the same company. It's a totally different company for those things. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it inspired you to maybe, if you're not already homeschooling, to maybe homeschool. It's easier than you think it is. If I can do it, probably almost anyone can. It just takes patience and time, and also figuring out what works best for your family, especially like all these people who have taken their time to write this curriculum and make a schedule for it. You can always, like, if you're good at it, you could always add in more read alouds if your kids enjoy read alouds. Mine personally start to get restless and don't enjoy the read alouds so much. But yeah, I do have them read to me each day, just like a book of their choosing, just to keep them up on the reading skills, because I have had some struggling readers and it actually seems to be helping quite a bit having them read. But yeah, so I hope I inspired you to either start homeschooling, maybe start looking into master books, or thinking about, hey, what's not working? What is working? What do I need to change in my homeschooling curriculum journey? So yeah. Hopefully this video was helpful. I will have a review of what we used this year. Well, some of it, because yeah, I kind of feel like with the curriculum that I've already kind of been using, I maybe don't need to review because I kind of mentioned the things I like about it, but I still might, I don't know. So yeah, a curriculum review of what we've been using for our 2023-2024 curriculum, which is mostly master books again. I will hopefully have that released sometime in the coming weeks. I have lots of plans for videos, and I hope you all stuck around this far and listened and enjoyed this video and were encouraged and blessed by it. And I will see you all next time. Bye!